Under the Speaker's announced policy of January 4th, 2021, the gentleman from Washington, Mr. Newhouse, is recognized for 60 minutes as a designee of the Minority Leader.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, and good evening. Before I begin, I'd like to ask unanimous consent that all members may have 5 legislative days in which to revise and extend their remarks and include extraneous materials on the topic of my special order.
Without objection, so moved.
Thank you very much. Madam Speaker, in the first days of his administration, President Biden has taken a record-breaking number of executive actions, and he has signed more executive orders than any president in recent history. Now, I'm very proud this evening to be joined by some of my colleagues from the Congressional Western Caucus. And as a group, we represent constituents across the country who have been negatively impacted by these actions of President Biden. On his very first day in office, the President signed an executive order to revoke the presidential permit for the Keystone XL pipeline. This innovative, first-of-its-kind energy project has been in the works for years, with local communities, numerous states, and even our neighbor to the north, Canada, investing heavily in its creation. Also, on day one, President Biden directed his acting Secretary of the Interior to issue a 60-day moratorium on new oil and gas leases on federal lands. And then, if that weren't enough, to complete the 1-2 punch, a week later, he extended that moratorium indefinitely. Madam Speaker, and I'm confident my colleagues will echo this sentiment. It is unconscionable that President Biden would, during a global pandemic, eliminate thousands of jobs and prevent the creation of thousands more with one flick of his pen. As you will hear from my colleagues, this action was thoughtless and devastating to the hundreds of communities and the millions of Americans who rely on the oil and gas industry. From labor unions, from local small businesses, to rural school districts, conservationists, people all over the country. Now, his long-term goals may very well be well-intentioned. But, Madam Speaker, right now, in communities across the country, jobs, revenue, and investment are lost, just disappear. Madam Speaker, what does President Biden propose to do in the meantime? This truly can be described as an attack on American energy and American workers. Over the last 4 years, the Trump administration, the United States has made huge strides towards energy independence, becoming the largest net exporter of energy in the world. President Biden's actions will unilaterally undo this progress. It will threaten our energy security and leave thousands of hardworking American men and women without a job. President Biden has acted without any input or meaningful debate from the members of this Congress who represent those people that are most affected by his orders. Madam Speaker, tonight we are here to make our voices and their voices heard. I'm proud to be joined, as I said, with many of the outstanding members of the Western Caucus, and we have a lot of them that have a lot of great things to say,